Let's start with the basics, or what is this thing, documentation? What do we talk about when we say that we have to write software documentation? The first thing we need to address, of course, is a little bit of theory. We need to look at the terminology and what do we call technical writing, and what in particular is software documentation. Very often, it is slightly different from what you might know in other fields of the industry. But first of all, let's start with just a brief definition and explain simply what is technical writing all about. In principle, technical writing is simply a discipline of writing text. And when we speak about software and software documentation, usually it is a text that is used to explain something. What is this thing that we are explaining with the technical writing that we do and the text that we are writing there? We try to explain what this product or service that is being developed and provided from the software development company. Also, we're trying to explain what are the different features of this product or service and how to use these features as end users for our needs. In general, in your documentation, you need to cover all the steps from the beginning to the end, starting with the installation, if that is relevant for your software product, to set up and configure your particular software product, how to use this product. This is the biggest portion of your documentation, how to maintain this piece of software, or eventually how to get rid of and dispose of this particular product or service. When it comes to installation, this is the first step that users will encounter. Your documentation should provide clear, step-by-step instructions on how to install the software. This includes any prerequisites that need to be met, such as specific hardware or software requirements. Once the installation is complete, the next step is setting up and configuring the software. This part of the documentation should guide the user through the initial setup process, including any necessary configurations that need to be made for the software to function correctly. This ensures that users can get the software up and running without any issues. The largest section of your documentation will likely be dedicated to how to use the software. This is where you will provide detailed instructions on how to use the various features and functionalities of the software. Each feature should be explained in a way that is easy to understand, with step-by-step instructions and, if possible, visual aids such as screenshots or diagrams. This section should be organized in a logical manner, so users can easily find the information they need. The goal is to make it as easy as possible for users to understand and utilize the software to its full potential. Finally, your documentation should cover how to maintain the software and, if necessary, how to dispose of it. Maintenance instructions might include how to update the software, troubleshoot common issues, and perform regular backups. It's important to provide clear and concise instructions for these tasks to ensure that users can keep the software running smoothly. If the software needs to be uninstalled or disposed of, your documentation should provide instructions on how to do this safely and completely. This ensures that users can manage the software throughout its entire life cycle, from installation to disposal.